Welcome to Brattleboro's Town Matters podcast. This podcast is a quick update on what's happening in Brattleboro town government. I'm your host, Town Manager John Potter, broadcasting from the BCTV studios in Brattleboro, Vermont. Today, we're going to look back at the October 30th and November 5th Brattleboro Select Board meetings, and then I'll give you a summary of the agendas for an upcoming special meeting on Tuesday, November 12th, and a regular meeting on Tuesday, November 19th. At the board's October 30th meeting at the Community Safety Fair and Forum, the board had a lively conversation at the Youth Theater with people eager to talk about public safety in Brattleboro. They heard feedback on a variety of concerns, including the Acceptable Community Conduct Ordinance, work of the Brattleboro Police Department, supporting people in need, and engaging with the public. No motions or decisions were made. The board next met on November 5th. They had a special meeting to approve the renewal of Echo Restaurant and Lounge's third-class liquor license, which passed by a vote of 5-0. They adjourned into an executive session at that point where they discussed civil litigation matters. And then in the regular meeting, they had a consent agenda with 5 items on it. This consent agenda was approved 5-0, and it had approval of a first-class liquor license, an outside consumption permit, and an annual entertainment license for North Chair Brewing, LLC. It authorized a grant application for $5,000 to the John Henry Eldred Jr. Fund for library audiobook materials, I believe. They authorized the replacement of a gas compressor at the wastewater treatment plant for the amount of $16,725.48. They authorized a request to have free parking downtown for holidays. And then finally, on consent, they approved the warning for a special representative town meeting to be held on Thursday, December 12th at 6 p.m. Under old business, the board looked at the first and third class liquor license, outside consumption permit, and annual entertainment license for Marigold on Main Street once again. And Town Attorney Bob Fisher discussed the state statute regarding closing times for businesses with liquor licenses and advised the board that it can issue a condition on ordinances we have, like entertainment and nuisance ordinances, but they cannot regulate hours of a business outside its authority. So the board voted 5-0 to ratify the issuance of the entertainment license for Marigold, located at 157 Main Street, with the condition that entertainment cease by 12 a.m. on Friday and Saturday nights, and by 11 p.m. all other nights of the week. And they ratified the issuance of the liquor licenses with the general condition that the licensee comply with the town's entertainment license also granted. The next item was initial discussion of the fiscal year 26 general fund base budget. And the board heard from staff about the increasing costs that are happening in municipal government as well as everywhere else. They were presented a base budget which assumes a continuation of services as we are doing in FY25, with the exception of the already approved addition of the Downtown Safety Action Plan and the exclusion of the solid waste program, which has a wide range of potential budgetary impacts that the board has not set a policy on yet. And then the board heard about various aspects of the base budget, including expenditures, projects around revenues, and budget alternates. There is an online budget book which is available from the town website, brattleboro.gov. The board and the public started to discuss ways to sharpen the base budget, leading up to an eventual select board recommended budget, which will likely happen in January. So these conversations will continue over the next several months. The next select board meeting is a special meeting scheduled for Tuesday, November 12th at 6:30 p.m. in the select board meeting room at 230 Main Street or on Zoom. The agenda for the November 12th meeting, as warned, is really just 3 main items of business. the first reading of a parking ordinance amendment for the area out by the intersection of Williams and Western Ave. The second item is approval of a final package for the Estyville gazebo before that renovation goes out to bid. And then the third and final item for November 12th is potential approval of a police substation project at the transportation center. Then the board has a preliminary agenda approved for a regular meeting on November 19th. On this preliminary agenda, there are 7 items on the consent agenda, including a parade permit for the Red Clover Rovers Turkey Trot, a limited event permit for the Winston Prouty Center for Child and Family Development, acceptance and appropriation of a Municipal Energy Resilience Program grant for making improvements to the Gibson-Aiken Center, acceptance of a snow removal bid, approval of the use of the Global Warming Solutions Fund for a solar engineering project at the Gibson-Aiken Center and the library, a consideration of the use of clean energy tax credits by the town. And finally, the 7th item is approval of additional funds for the land record digitizing project in the town clerk's office. Under new business on the 19th, the board will announce several committee vacancies. They will hear from the executive director of Wyndham and Windsor Housing Trust on their chalet project in West Brattleboro. Then they will have a discussion around the solid waste program and the possibility of making a decision on which option to move forward with in that program. And then finally, the board will review the FY26 budget open house feedback and budget alternates as they stand to date on the 19th. I have a few announcements. The town of Brattleboro will be hosting a special town meeting on Thursday, December 12th at 6 p.m. The meeting will take place at Academy School in the gym. RTM voters will be discussing whether to approve or reject the amendment to Chapter 13, Article 9 regarding acceptable community conduct. The measure was adopted by the Select Board on September 17th, and there was a petition to reconsider it at RTM. For more background information on the ordinance change, please visit the website at brattleboro.gov/pending ordinances. The Planning Department is hosting a second public forum regarding the Canal Street Corridor Plan. The meeting will be held on November 14th from 6 to 8 p.m. at the Select Board Meeting Room at the Municipal Center. The public may also attend on Zoom. Visit brattleboro.gov/projects to learn more about the Canal Street Plan. We have an update regarding a topic discussed in our previous episode. The Department of Forests, Parks, and Recreation has extended its ban on burn permits for Bennington, Rutland, Wyndham, and Windsor counties. The ban on burn permits will remain in effect through November 18th. This order may be revoked sooner depending on weather conditions. And finally, there are several vacancies on town boards and committees, including the Energy Committee, the Conservation Commission, and the Arts Committee. Public is encouraged to apply. You will find a full list of vacancies and instructions for applying in the news section of our website at brattleboro.gov/blog. You can find links to topics mentioned throughout this episode in the show notes. So that's what's happening in Brattleboro Town Government with the Select Board. Please reach out at townmatters@brattleboro.gov if you have any feedback on this podcast. There's lots of additional information on the website, brattleboro.gov, about what is discussed at the Select Board meetings, so please check that out for agendas, reports, and backup materials. Thanks for listening, and look for us again soon.